Granny Peach's Kitchen with Chris and Blair. Today we're making easy
2-ingredient homemade biscuits. We're gonna also make some Bob Evans sausage gravy. That won't take long. It's only a few ingredients for that as well. It's not as less as the biscuits, but we're gonna get started. So here we have self-rising, not all-purpose, but self-rising flour. And we're going to use heavy whipping cream. You can use heavy whipping cream or you can use buttermilk. It's up to you. But we're going to need 2 cups of each, and that's all we're going to need for these here biscuits. We're going to start with taking the 2 cups of flour and pouring it in. And then we're going to pour in a little bit at a time the heavy whipping cream and stir as we pour it in. Come up a little bit, son. Can you get in? You want to come the other way?
Yeah.
Here, let me bring it to you.
Okay.
Go up a little bit. Stand up a little bit. Up here. Okay. And you keep pouring it in. And keep pouring it in until it's all done. And you're going to need to take your hands and get in there and get it. And you move it around with your hands. I was going to do it with the fork, but I'm going to go on in with my hands because I'm going to have to use my hands anyway. And you just keep mixing it up and keep mixing it up. And once you got it all mixed up, it's going to seem like it's a little dry, but it's not. And you just keep going, keep going. Now, I do one with shortening. I do go the long way, but these little peanuts have online classes, and this is going to taste just as good. And I'll show you when we come back. So, the dough is going to be a little tough. Just a little bit tough, but not much. And it's going to look like this. Once you get all of the ingredients together, what I need for you to do is, at this point, take some of your flour and put it on your counter. Make sure your counter is very, very clean. Chris, we over here. Chris, we over here. Make sure your counter is clean, and you go ahead and you put the flour on the counter. You bring out your dough, and you take your dough and you start kneading it a little bit. You're going to need about 15 to 20 times to knead it to do what you want to do. I'm going to let these boys get in here and knead it after I show them how to do it. And basically it's just rolling it and pushing it in. Rolling it and pushing it in. Turn it around a little bit. When it starts getting where it's sticking to the counter, you take it and you do it again. You do it another way. You put a little bit more flour on the counter and you just push it in. And push it in. So I'm going to let them get in here at it. I'm going to take these gloves off and let them show me what they can do. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, I just want to show you one good time what I mean when I say knead. What I mean is you take it, fold it in half, take both of your hands. My hands is getting a little tired. You take both of your hands and go and smash it in. Fold it in half. Take the balls of your hand and smash it in. It takes about 15, maybe 20 at the most. You don't want to over knead it because you don't want tough biscuits. So I'm gonna take, it doesn't matter which one of the flours you use to do this part. We've used up all of our flour resources over here, so I'm gonna have to pour some more flour. We'll be back with you in 1 second to show you how to roll it. Okay, so we sprinkle the mixture that we have here for the biscuits. And I'll show you an easy way. I'm going to show you with the cup. The cup can do the same thing. What you do is you flour the cup to make sure that it doesn't stick the same way you would. And we've already floured the rolling pins so the boys can use the rolling pins. All you do is take the flour and just throw it on there. And, you know, if it starts sticking again, you put a little bit more. So basically all you do, so use what you have. Basically all you do, because you want it to be about 1/2 of an inch, is You just roll it out each way. We're not throwing anything away. We're going to work with all of this dough to make some biscuits. So the only thing with the cup, because it's so short, it leaves little dents or whatever. So I'm going to let the boys sit and I'm going to put it back together and let them come back in and roll it a little bit. And we can go from there. And I'll be right back. Okay, the boys are coming in with their rolling pins. Don't smash it too much in one area, Blair. Keep going. And they're going to, no smaller than a 1 inch, a half of an inch, guys. We want some thick biscuits. Here, Blair, you leaving this whole section out. So let's turn this around so you can get that some love. Blair, Chris, you doing it too thin. We're not making pizza. We're making biscuits. So I'm just giving them a chance to learn how to use the rolling pins. As I showed you before, I broke it up into two so they both can have a chance to do what they do. And we'll be right back. I'm going to go to the next section and show you what I'm going to do as far as cutting them. And we're going to use that same cup to cut the biscuits out. It doesn't take much and it doesn't cost a lot. This is the old-fashioned way. And when you don't have all of the shortening and all of that good stuff and you just have those 2 ingredients, you can still make biscuits. Let me tell you. Hey guys, I just want to show you. If it's this thin, that's too thin. We want it to be about this thick. The consistency to be about this thick, which is kind of twice as that. We're not making pizza. We're going to make biscuits today. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, remember I said something about the cup and how we were going to use it to make the biscuits? Well, we're going to take and put some flour. Any cup, it's up to you what kind of cup you got at your house. This is a cup that my sister gave me from her mom. And we just going to use this. Now, you see how these biscuits come out? See how nice that comes out? And you just place them on your pan. Bring the pan over.
Oh.
And we're going to start placing them on the pan.
About to get knocked out.
Oh, I didn't mean to knock you out or almost knock you out. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to get as close to the edge of each other as you can so you can make as many biscuits with the first go-round as you can. And then we'll come back and knead it again and get it back where we had it. So I'm going to show you again. You see how close we are from that edge to this edge? Take it and just twist and twist and twist until it comes out. And grab it. You can grab it afterwards or however. It started to stick a little bit. So we're going to take it and just place it on our sheet, cookie sheet. If you don't have a cookie sheet, you can stick it on your cast iron skillet. You can stick it on your frying pan. You can stick it in your small round pan. You can stick it in whatever pan you have.
A heart pan?
And we just going to keep going until we make all of the biscuits. And then I'm going to come back and show you how we need the rest of it to get the rest of the biscuits out of the leftover remnants.
Those cool.
So Blair wanted to do a biscuit out of here. Okay, wait. That's enough twisting.
Did I mess it up?
No, big boy, you did not. Take it and move it over there. Don't smash it. Don't smash it. There. There we go. So now we're going to take this remnant and you're going to take it, put it all together, and go back to your kneading for a second just so it can be in a round ball. You got to put a little bit more flour down here. I got to sit back down. My leg is hurting.
No.
Sorry.
Ronaldo. Look.
Need it for a quick second just to get it back where you need it to be so you can roll it. That's what'll happen if you don't have flour on your roller. So I'm glad you guys got to see that. You got to put a little bit of flour your roller as you go. Chris, you want to show them the flour the roller as you go? Take you some flour, throw it up there, and Uh-oh. There's a blender for you. The flour is not gone wasted because we can use it right here. Okay, so you see how it's extra dough around your cup? Take that off and reflour your cup. Start at the edge so you can get as much of it out of there as you can.
I'll do some more.
1 second, I'll leave another one for you. Here.
Don't work on some good biscuits.
Just turn it 1, 2 turns and then lift it on up.
That's cool.
Knock off any extra flour because you don't need it. Right at the edge, baby.
1, 2.
That one needed to be a little bit harder. Here, let me.
This is kind of like Play-Doh.
Yep, it's just like Play-Doh, monkey. It's just like
But
Play-Doh.
it's dough. Play-Doh. I get it. You don't know when people be eating the white Play-Doh, guess what they call it? White beverage.
We gonna make sure we use all of this here dough, guys. We not wasting any dough. We gonna get all our biscuits worth out of this one.
White beverage. It's called white beverage.
It got so small.
It got small, but you getting your job done, aren't you?
When people eat Play-Doh, they be naming it.
Yuck. That's nasty.
It's a name for it. White.
So we have made 15 biscuits out of this, only because I think it was a little bit thinner than it should have been. We should have really only got 12 biscuits, but that's okay. We're gonna make sure to take it out our oven sooner. These take anywhere from 10 to 12, maybe 15 minutes, depending on how thick your biscuit is. We just finished this last little biscuit off. We didn't even roll it. We just went on and made it up by hand. We're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees, and we're going to go ahead and stick these in the oven, and we'll be right back.
See, guys, no dough left.
So today's ingredients, this is a recipe that came from my mother's family. You don't have to use Bob Evans sausage. Use whatever you have in your neighborhood. But I like Swaggerty, actually, because it doesn't have any fillers. But we're going to do Bob Evans because I want to show you that you don't have to go to Bob Evans kitchen restaurant in order to have the same taste at home. We have 2 cups of water. We have 2 cups of milk. We have a little bit of oil just in case it doesn't make enough from the sausage. We have flour so we can make our roux, and we have salt and pepper to taste. We're going to take our whole roll of sausage and we're going to turn the heat on so that we can make our roll of sausage. But what you're going to do is you're going to chunk these sausages up into little bitty pieces. And that's what you need that spatula for, because the spatula is what we're using to make our roux and everything. And as the heat cooks it, you're just going to break the sausage up. And just keep breaking it up. Let your fire get hot. And you'll break it up even more. It'll be little bitty tiny balls when you get finished with it. We'll come back and let you see how it's going. Okay, as the heat progresses, you're going to just keep breaking it up smaller and smaller. You see it's starting to brown a little bit. You just keep on breaking it up. The little pieces getting smaller and smaller. And you just keep doing that until it's done. And you keep moving it around. You don't walk away from it. You just keep moving it. It only takes a couple minutes to cook this. Maybe 5 minutes to cook the sausage all together, because in actuality you're making the pieces so small that they cook really fast. 5-7 minutes max. But you want to cook it until it's done. You make sure it's good and brown before you're done. And nothing is pink. You can't have any pink pork at all, whatever you do. Okay, guys, the sausage is almost ready. It's just about done. It's starting to really turn brown. You don't want it crispy brown. You just want it brown and done. You're going to remove the sausage out of the pan and leave the grease in the pan. We need the grease in the pan so that we can make the roux. So we'll be right back. Okay, the sausage is done. You see you have some brown, you have some lighter brown, but the majority of it is darker brown. You don't want it to be burnt. This is where we need to be. You're going to take all of the sausage off and leave the grease in there, as much of it as you can. Drain it as much as you can. You see, if you see, when I lift it up, it's leaving the grease in there. That's what you want to do. You want to leave the grease in there so that you can use it for the roux. Okay, guys, the biscuits came out the oven. I probably should have put them in something for them to rise up higher. I just knew I had more biscuits and I didn't want them to smash each other. So basically, they looking like, what are those biscuits called? I can't even think of the name of them. The little flat biscuits that you get from the market. KFC? No, but anyway, if I would have put them in something closer, they would have came up instead of going wider. But anyway, this is our finished product. After it, depending on your stove, you can put it on 425 or you can put it on 400. I cooked mine slow. I took it at 400 for 20 minutes. You can do yours as fast as you want to. If you want it to be faster, you could do it at 425 and you could do it for 10 to 15 minutes, or you can do it at 20 minutes for 400. That's what we did. Be right back. We're back with the ingredients. Here's the frying pan with what's left of the grease, and we're going to add a little more grease oil to it. And we have the two cups of milk and 2 cups of water that we're going to use, and I'm just going to mix them together. And then we're going to use the flour for our roux. We're going to use this little bit of oil to pour in here with the other oil to make sure it's enough for our roux. And we're going to taste salt and pepper to taste. Be right back. Okay, when you put this oil back on the stove, you're not putting it on too high because you want the roux to cook. So I'm gonna get the grease hot before I pour the flour in. You pour the flour in to thicken, and you're gonna use the spatula to move it around. That's what the spatula is for. And we'll add the sausage in once we get the gravy to the desired thickness as we go. I'm going to turn this grease down, this oil down, and the grease from off of the sausage. I'm going to turn that down in a minute once I get it where I want it. We don't want it popping, but we want it a little bit. Just put a little bit of flour in at a time. That's about 1/4 of a cup. And we want to work this roux until we get it the color that we want it. We don't want to have it too white. So it's not chicken gravy, this is sausage gravy. So we're gonna keep working and we're gonna turn the fire down so we can work it without it burning. And you have to stay on it. You cannot walk away from the roux. And when you get ready to, once the milk and water goes in, what you're going to do is, you're going to use the bottom of the spatula to keep making sure that it's not sticking on the bottom so it doesn't burn or scorch. We don't want any burnt sausage gravy. You just want it just right. This is a slow process here, so it's going to take a minute. We'll be right back to let you know what color we want it. Okay guys, I've added in a little bit more flour. You just do a little bit at a time and you work it until it works in really good. And you want your roux to be a golden brown, not dark brown, just, you know, golden. So you just keep on till this flour gets a nice color and tone to it. A light golden color. I'll be back when we get to that color. This is the color that I want. And I'm going to start adding in the milk and water mixture. 1 second. And you're going to do a little bit of that at a time. Oops, spilt it down on my stove. And you just you take your bottom of your spatula and keep moving it around and keep moving it around until it smooths out. You get all of those lumps out. You don't want any lumps. That's why you only put a little bit in at a time. You make sure you got all of that down. Turn your stove down if you need to. I've been doing it so long, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me, but you don't want any lumps, so you just keep on moving, add some more milk and add some more mixture. I'm trying to hold this camera because the kids are in school now. It took too long. I'm a little slower than I used to be. But basically you just keep stirring and you make sure all of the lumps are out, and you keep going. You make sure you go around the whole frying pan to get all of those. Make sure there's no lumps. And then you'll feel how it's thickening on the bottom. You just keep moving it, keep moving it, keep moving it until it's smooth. Keep moving it, keep moving it, keep moving it. Move your stuff around so you can see it. And if it's thick, add you some more. Definitely add you some more mixture in. And keep adding until you have what you want. That was about maybe a half of a cup altogether of flour that I put in there. As you make this, you'll see that it's up to you how much more you want in there. And that was about 2 tablespoons of oil that I added to it to make sure that it was enough to make all of the roux or gravy at this point, because it's gravy now, that I wanted the desired consistency. And you just keep on stirring with the bottom of the spatula. Just give you a hint. These plastic spoons and stuff, they aren't the best. I mean, I like wooden better, but you know, for what we're doing, these are okay. Or some that's made that you can use them at a higher temperature. But for the most part, the Dollar Tree, I'll give you guys some hints up, they sell them too. Just don't, whatever you do, don't use any steel or metals in your non-stick pans or you will ruin them. You want them to last a long time, make sure that you use plastic or wood in your pans. Please don't use anything steel or metal in your pans, and don't use steel wool or any of that to clean. Soak them if you have to. You know, if you don't get them clean right away, which I prefer, washing as you go. So guys, wash as you go so you won't have that issue. We're gonna keep on working this. It takes a while. I've grabbed me a seat. So you see how it's getting a little thicker? It's gonna get even thicker once you put the other stuff in, but you want to keep going with this because this will keep getting thicker and thicker as, you know, the flour is the thickener anyway. So if it's not as thick as you want it before it's over, before you add the meat in, definitely add more flour. That's why I had extra flour just in case. And you can take that flour that's stuck off on the side. You see how I took it off with the spatula and just flipped it back down in there. You can keep doing that and keep doing that. I turned the heat down really low, so it's cooking a lot slower than I'm used to, only because it's kind of hard to do this and watch what I'm doing, and never taped anything. I just cook. Well, with help now, but anyway, so pretty much you know, you just keep adding your liquid, your milk and water substance in until you get all of it in, because you're going to need it all to make enough gravy to go with those biscuits that you made. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I didn't get this gravy as dark as I usually do. However, it's not gonna hurt anything. It's just all in the color, so no big deal. You mix in take your sausage, bring it back out, and you start mixing that in. So now you got your sausage and your gravy. I got it as thick as I like it. And I'm going to put the salt. Okay, well, there's nobody in there with you, so go to another room, Blair. And I'm going to put as much salt and pepper as I like. Don't use seasoning salt in this. It will change up the whole ordeal. You don't want seasoning salt in this one. You just want
regular salt.
Regular salt. Table salt is fine. Just sprinkle it to taste, and then you can always put more in it later. Don't over put it in there before, because it'll overpower. We've got our biscuits over here on the side. You stir it in really, really good. And there you have it, guys. Sausage gravy. You see the consistency of it? It's not watery. It's really thick. You got enough sausage in there. You got enough gravy in there. The gravy is thick enough. We're going to cover this for a second, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, this is the biscuits and sausage gravy. This is my food. I want you to see how the inside of this biscuit looks. Look how good it, oh my God, it was so good. The kids was eating them without anything on them. Okay guys, we need to do this, so you can scoot on in there. We need to do this so you can go ahead and tell me how those biscuits taste. These guys have sausage and they have jelly on their biscuits. They already snuck some biscuits, so they know what they taste like. They ate them plain and was all excited. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull off another can of biscuits after giving them these. These is an old family recipe.
From maple sausage.
Okay, y'all did the biscuits plain. Now y'all tell me what the biscuits with jelly taste like.
It tastes good. It tastes so good.
Tastes so good. Well, I'm about to have some sausage gravy.
I can't even Guys, it tasted good. But one thing, I like jelly more.
You love it with jelly more?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, this is so good. You guys, when you taste it, comment and let us know how you liked our biscuits with sausage gravy and the biscuits by themselves. I mean, oh my God, you won't buy another can of biscuits again.
Make sure.
Go guys.
Ready? Cool. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace. And this is so good.